Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Wake Shop Tarot. I am Black Moon. Welcome to Black Moon Goddess Intuition. Um, just a little bit of a message. This is the reading is the energy for the reading is geared towards the new moon in Pisces, but I also got some channel messages, and I did do a pre-shuffle. So just a moment. Thank you guys, our spirit, for giving me this energy, this spirit, these abilities. Help me to recall and translate the message of connection very clearly for others to understand. Incorporate to make them accurate and make capabilities and how it's going to help those involved. Again, touching this spirit and bringing me that's powerful. That's Shay. All right, check it. Peep my flow. Now, mind you, now yesterday I was on this thing about how energy works, the ripple effect of it, and I just got a message like right before I hit the play button or live button, whatever sorry, whatever you want to call it, right? Before I came up on the live, I got the message that everything is in motion. Everything is in motion. And I got the image. Sometimes I can literally see everything in motion. Like I can see the vibration. Like I can look at a wall and I can see the vibration of the wall. I can look at a tree and I can see the vibration of the tree, the aura of the tree. Like nothing is solid, not solid for real. You dig me? Not solid for real. Everything is in motion. Everything is a vibration. Everything is a frequency. So with that in mind, it's like us as human beings, us as a soul, us as a collective are constantly in motion. The only thing constant is change, right? How you view that change is up to you. That's your free will, right? But it will happen. If you think you missed the change, you didn't. You didn't. Even though you might not have been conscious of the change is happening regardless. Okay? Whether you believe in energy and all that good stuff, it's happening and it is real and it's around you regardless, right? So, the energy that I'm getting with this new moon in Pisces is like there is going to be, first of all, your dreams are going to be very active. Second of all, you're going to be moving in a new direction with a new purpose, with a new like pep in your step. You dig me? I feel like we are. It's that energy of having a light shown in the darkness, right? So when I say that, it's like a light is being shown. Like Pisces is all about the imagination and otherworldlies. It's ruled by Neptune, so it taps you into other frequencies, other dimensions, other versions of yourself. It also there's also Aquarius energy up in here, so that's about how to utilize that energy, how to utilize what's coming to you, how to dissect it and use it for your best and highest good, right? What do these signs mean for you? I also been getting a message for the past over the week about the ego. Like literally, I've been seeing things that say ego. Like I seen a truck. The name of the trucking company was Ego, right? Then I saw another truck today that said Super Ego. And I'm thinking to myself, what is this about? What is the ego going through? What is the ego trying to pull up? For us, right? For me, for us as a collective. Once you have this understanding of oneness, we are all interconnected. When one person evolves, we all evolve. The reality shifts and changes. That's why things are in constant motion, right? Because we are in this world, but not of this world. You dig me? We're here for a reason. We're here for a purpose. We're here to elevate this collective consciousness, right? Everybody's soul is here to elevate, and that is elevating the consciousness of the collective, which ultimately elevates the consciousness of source spirit, through trial and error, experimentation, living life in these different aspects. Because again, we are all God. God is all us. You are me. I am you. You're just a different aspect of me. Just like God has different aspects. Everything that we see is God. This table is God. Everything that is manifested in this 3D is about understanding how we are all interconnected. The things that we have are similar, but we are alike, but different at the same time, right? Because we're all living our individual realities. My reality is not your reality. Your reality is not my reality, but we are still the same. You dig me? So it's like we are all an extension of each other. Everybody that we come in contact with, everybody on this planet, everybody in this consciousness is a reflection of one another. You dig me? Okay. So, getting to the pre-shuffle. The pre-shuffle, we came out with the Magician and the Whole. These are the first. This is the first section, right? And we got the Page of Cups, right? We also have the Page of Pentacles. We've got the 10 of Discs, and we have the Time Machine. Now, this is the second time I did a pre-shuffle, because the first time I got it, and I was like, Time Machine. And I got the Hangman up under it. And I was like, are we traveling? So, as the title indicates, you know, there is time travel, there's astral travel, there are things coming up on a new horizon. We are coming up on a new horizon. We are on the precipice of change. This change has been going on for a minute now, and coming towards the end of this year and to next year, we're going to really start to see the effects of this compounded change that's been happening on a collective level. Now, when things happen on a collective level, that means that individuals are doing the work that they're supposed to do. If you dig me, dig my flow. Okay? So with this pre-shuffle, I got that we are definitely coming out of the darkness and into the light. And again, a light is being shown on things that have been hidden to us. The shadow doesn't necessarily need to be bad things. It's just things that have been hidden from us. So on a positive aspect, the shadow is hiding hidden talents. The dreams that we left behind, or we just kind of shelved, you know, things that will help us grow, things that are going to give us that confidence to muster forward, to learn, to grow, to experience life, right? The Whole, for me, with this Magician card, this is definitely speaking to letting go and releasing old things. These are even spirits. Now, when I say spirits, these could be, you know, spirits. But I'm feeling like this is a spirit of an attachment, a spirit of, I just heard something foregone. So it's like you're missing something. You think that something is being, you've missed something, right? So with this Magician and this Whole card, again, I'm sorry, guys. This is from the Alleyman's Tarot. Dope as a deck, yo. It's like 170 something cards. Dope deck. Anyway, getting back to the message. If you look at this Magician card, there are spirits literally coming up out of them. So for me, this is a purging, right? You've gone into the darkness. You've gone into that black hole, that dark night of the soul. You've gone to those hidden places within yourself, and you've shone a light on it. And there are things that you are releasing, right? With that releasing, you're lighter. You're able to maneuver a little bit more. Your sight is a little bit more acute. You can see things. You can feel things. You understand a little bit more the mechanism of what's happening, right? With the new moon in Pisces, you're coming. That light is helping you to learn to grow in your interpersonal relationships, your relationship with yourself, your relationship with Source, the relationships with others, right? This is also heralding new horizons. You're learning something new about yourself. You're learning how to control your emotions. You're learning how to analyze your thoughts. You're learning how to be present in the moment. You're understanding the mechanics of the matrix, right? Also with this Page of Cups energy, she's blooming here. This is a drastic contrast to where you were, right? Like, you are the magician, right? So you have everything within you, right, to exact the changes that you want, to live your dreams. The new moon in Pisces is all about realizing your dreams, coming up with what realizing what's feasible, what's realistic, what's not realistic. Just shining a light on all of those things. Those things that are not realistic and are not aligned with you, you are releasing. There's a purging aspect to this. There's a releasing aspect of this, sort of like a culmination of the full moon, new moon. I want to say this is a super moon. Don't quote me on that. But we also still have full moon energy that just left us. But full moon, new moon energy lasts for 6 months. The energy may be not as strong, as potent as it was in the beginning, but that energy is still lingering around, and it still has an influence on the next moon phase, right? And if you notice, the moon phases are on the top of the bottom, as above, so below. Magician card, as above, so below, right? Duality, seeing things in another perspective. So if this is about your career, this is analyzing where you are. Is this a position or the company, or is this what you want to do for a living? Is this something that is soul aligned and soul designed? Is it something that is going to empower you, or is it desecrating who you really are? Is it putting you in a space of conformity, right? Pisces is all about the other worlds. It's escapism, it's imagination, it's intuitive hits, it's listening to your intuition, it's otherworldly knowledge. It's like real mystical energy, right? And with the new moon, that's the dark part, right? That's when things are created in the darkness. If you think about plants and things, and this kind of gave me the energy of a plant, right? So it's like we are grounded in the dirt, like, right? We're grounded in earth, right? So things grow out of the dirt, out of the darkness, into the light. It's when plants are growing, when those seeds pop, they are reaching towards the top of the soil to get to the sunlight, to bask in that light, right? This is what's happening. And with this new moon in Pisces, you're coming out of that. You're emerging. It's like I heard decompression. You're decompressing from a long time of being in this dark hole, in this darkness, in this hole of your existence, right? It's like you are filling this hole. You are coming up out of that. You are decompressing, and you have to come up out of it slowly. If you know anything about scuba diving and anything like that, when you go to the depths of the ocean, when you go into that abyss, you can't just rise quickly. You have to rise in stages and levels, slowly ascending. So I feel like this has been a slow ascension. With this Page of Pentacles here, you're learning, right? Everything that you've learned in the past, everything that's going on now is starting to make sense, right? So these are stars. These are the moon, right? It's a cosmic balance that's happening. There's something cosmic about this new moon in Pisces. It's going to bring you stability. It's going to bring you wealth. It's going to bring you understanding. It's going to bring you to a place of redirection. Some of you are going to be changing physical things about yourself. Some of you are changing your physical location. You may be moving to a new place. You may be transitioning into a new position, getting a raise, leaving a job, starting your own business, things of that nature. Anything started in this time period, I feel like is going to be successful. I feel like it's going to be, especially with the Ten of Discs here. You've like, slow down. The energy is like you have traveled through all the trials and all the tribulations to get you to where you are now. Everything that you've experienced in the past was all stepping stones to get you here where you are. Some of you will be revisiting these things in the past. For you, this may come as dreams. This may come as daydreams. This may come as intuition, intuitive hits, you aha moments, things of that nature. But you're going to start to connect the dots, right? As you're coming up out of this, as you're decompressing, as you're coming to a realization and learning and honing your skills, your energy, learning how it all works for you, right? How does your reality work in this salad bowl of a collective? And I say a salad bowl because a lot of people, I heard a very interesting analogy that made sense to me, so I'm going to share it with you. I was watching a video. I don't remember the lady. It was some Caucasian lady, but she was having a discussion with another Caucasian lady, and the first lady was like, oh, the world, the earth is a melting pot, we all need to learn to get along, this and that, blase blah whoopty whoop. But the lady, on the other hand, playing the devil's advocate, said, no, we don't need to be a melting pot. We need to be a salad bowl. And I understand her analogy. She said, in a melting pot, everything melts together and becomes one. You want us all to be the same. You want us to all be uniform. You want us to all conform to this melting pot and melt into one. But in a salad bowl, we are together, but we're individual. Each ingredient maintains its integrity. In a melting pot, it all gets kind of blended together, right? To where you can't tell where one ends and another one begins. That is not what this collective is. This collective is a salad bowl. We are together, but we are individual, and we need to maintain our individual integrity amongst the other ingredients that make up this reality, that make up the world, that make up the collective, right? And we got the time machine card again. So what that is telling me that we have been traveling through time. We have been going through some things. This has been taking time. Some of us have been going back in our past and analyzing what the things that transpired. What have we learned, and extracting the lessons from that. We're not looking at it from a place of being immersed in it and re-embodying it and reliving it. We're looking at it from an educational standpoint, if that makes sense. Right? And some of us, we're using that, and we're visualizing and projecting ourselves into the future as to how these lessons will help us and help us attain that ultimate vision of our lives, right? This is a very expansive, very big energy. It's a very collective energy too, because I feel like even though we are individuals in this new moon phase, we're understanding that our individualism is our strength. That is our superpower. Being an individual, having that willpower to exact who we are in the most authentic way possible, right? When you make a salad, you want the purest, the best ingredients. You want the flavors to complement each other, but not take from another. So you don't want to have too much lettuce or too much spinach. You don't want to have too many onions or too many of this. You want to have a nice even balance. You don't want to have too much seasoning or too much dressing. Too much dressing is going to water it down and everything becomes soupy and soggy, right? That is suppression. That is taking you back down into the depths. You want everything to be light. You want your salad to be light and filling you with life and nutrition, right? So the things that you are experiencing, the paradox in which you are, what's the word? The paradox in which you are analyzing your beliefs, your relationships, your career goals, your spiritual goals, your emotional pathways. This is all about being able to visualize a path ahead, understanding that some things have to go, some things are staying. So I feel like for a lot of us, the things that are leaving are things that no longer interest you, no longer vibe with you, no longer resonate with you, right? And the things that you're holding on to, you're going to double down on. It's like you're becoming more, I'm getting that 8 of Pentacles type of energy, where you're being meticulous. You are in that energy of learning a skill, or perfecting a skill, mastering something. You are on your way to mastery, and this is going to bring you some type of unseen benefit, some unseen stability, some unseen fortune, some unseen. This is something that's, again, what's done in the dark will come to the light. So all the work that you've been doing in this hole, all this work that you've been doing in the depths of the ocean, all of these intuitive hits and things like that didn't make sense while you were under that, in the darkness, now that you're coming out into the light, you're understanding what it means. You're learning how to use it, and you're honoring yourself in the meantime. So this is something new for a lot of you with the page of, and with the pages here, with the page of cups and the page of pentacles. This is something new. This is something that you're just starting. This is something that you're just realizing. This is something that the light is being shown on, that is helping you to decompress and reach for the light, reach for, literally reach for the stars. And you're understanding the mechanics of it. You're understanding that it doesn't happen overnight. You're understanding that what you're realizing now is not a new concept, right? It's something that your soul has known. It's something that you have known all along. But now that you are decompressing, you can balance and align and integrate that energy, that knowledge, that vision, right? Okay, so that's it for the pre-shuffle. What I am going to do is, though, I'm going to leave this over here for me, just as a reference. That energy was really dope. And I saw the symbolism. I understood what it meant. It's like everything that we have in us is already there. We already have a foundation. So for this new moon in Pisces, it focuses on shining a light on our internal world, right? What it is that we are projecting out into the world. So if you have been in a place of avoidance, not looking and wanting to be immersed in your right now, you've been living in the past, you've been living in the future, that's that nostalgic energy. You've been going down memory lane. Some of you are falling into the trap of falling back into the hole. This is not the time for that. If you look at this page of pentacles, she's this is my little space girl. This is something cosmic. This is something otherworldly. This is something bigger than you, right? It's all about you and your place in the collective. It's not about, and it's for some of you, you've been comparing yourself to these other versions of yourself or other people and things of that nature. You've gone back through time and understood where you gave your power away, where some of your goals and aspirations were unrealistic. You've gone through all of that. You're understanding more. You're coming up out of the depths of the abyss. That's what I'm feeling. Okay. I heard get it right, get it tight. I don't know what that means. Get it right, get it tight. So it's kind of like that energy of get on your BI. Get on your business of self-mastery. Get on the business of choosing the relationships that you want to have and how you want to have them. How do you want to show up in your romantic relationships? How do you want to show up in your business relationships? How do you want to show up in your spiritual relationship with Source? How do you want to show up in your familial relationships, people with your family? Like I said, some of you are going through dramatic changes. There are new changes on the horizons. Time travel, astral travel. In your dreams, some of you might wake up tired. Some of you may be having very active dreams. This is all about you time traveling. You're traveling through different dimensions, different timelines, different scenarios. You are learning things. You're taking things from the past and applying them to the future if they're applicable. If they're not applicable, you're deleting it. You're letting it go. You're releasing it. All the faces, all the voices, all the teachings that no longer serve you. And this is not about, I feel like, okay, I heard something about betraying tradition. This is not about betraying tradition. It's starting new traditions that are for you and those that come after you. Okay? So just be mindful of what it is that you are focusing on. What is coming up for you? What is triggering you? Is something triggering you, or is it empowering you? Is it causing you destruction in your own power frequency, or is it giving you strength, right? And look, I can't make this up. The Magician again. That's double confirmation. All right. I can't make all three decks that I have. All three decks. The Magician. The Magician. Do you see this? Do you see this? This Magician is letting go. You're using your power. You're using your insight. You're using the energy that you have within you. You're tapping into this darkness and you're learning how to use it for light. You're literally 3 magicians. Y'all some powerful MFs out here. This new moon in Pisces, yo, Yo, when I say transformative, do you see the transition? Do you see the transition? You're going from darkness, you're releasing all of this crap, right? You're releasing all of this because you're the magician. Everything that you need to know, everything you need to heal is already within you. This is self-healing for me. This is self-care. This is letting go of the beasts that have been causing havoc in your energy, right? It's that decluttering, understanding, right? This person is here in the physical. Person is in the dark, in the shadow, right? This person is in the shadow. This person is in the light. They've come to this physical plane and they're exacting this. You're shedding your old skin. Like I said, some of you are changing dramatically. Like, you're going to be able to see it. It's not some, I have to say, all of the stuff that's under the surface, all of that surface level, under the surface level work that you've been doing is going to shine. It's going to show. You're going to be able to understand and use it. Literally, transformation is at hand here. Then we go to this magician who is like, yo, you dig? You see the energy. You see the energy. You're able to use it to your advantage. You're also able to clear out anything else that is coming up on. And look at that. You don't see it? New horizons. The sun is shining on a new horizon, like I said. Okay? I also feel like with a lot of this, there's going to be structure that is happening because we are still have some Saturn energy in play, right? So there is going to be structure. There's going to be a method to the madness, right? It may seem like it doesn't make any sense. You may seem like, you're doing things that are just out of character for you. That's because it's in alignment with who you are trying to be, the person that you're trying to create, the life that you're trying to live, the reality that you're trying to see. All of those things that were distorted from you or hidden from you before, you are able to see now. The light is shown on it and you're learning to move forward and change your timeline. Okay. New moon in Pisces. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Source. What other messages do you have for my beautiful, beautiful collective? What else do we have? Oh, and we got the Chariot. You are moving. This is that what did I say? Time travel, astral travel. You are traveling. Some of you have been battling in your dreams. I feel like some of you may have woken up with like bruises or scratches or unknown abnormalities on the skin. This is because you've been battling in the other world. And like I said, everything is happening all at the same time. Okay? On another frequency, in another dimension, however you want to characterize it, but everything is happening all at the same time, right? And this is the number 7. This is all about being a visionary. This is all about things coming into alignment. This is all about that otherworldly, being able to tap into that otherworldly energy and use it for your benefit. Like I've said plenty of times before, magic is the influence on the energies that we are dealing with on the everyday, right? Magic is not the end all, the be all. It is an influence, and it does assist. It can assist or it can hinder, depending on the energy that you have when you're making your intentions, when you're setting your goals, when you're implementing these processes, right? So this new moon in Pisces is all about opening you up. It's opening up your crown chakra. It's opening up your third eye chakra. It's opening up your heart chakra. It's also balancing and aligning all of these things too. So it's all about you being able to create what it is that you want. You are becoming the change that you want to see. By doing that, you will see the change in people that you come in contact with things that you experience, with the opportunities that are arising for you. This is I feel like it's a very lucky type of energy. It's like it's like abracadabra. That's what I'm hearing. It's like abracadabra, boom, open sesame, and you got it, right? I feel like there's something about a gateway. I'm hearing gateway, a portal of some sort. I think there is a portal opening or open or something like that. I'm not sure, but I just kind of getting like real portal vibes. Like you are stepping into another dimension, another frequency. You're elevating your frequency, right? It's like you're in a different tax bracket. You dig me? You're getting paid more dividends, spiritual dividends. I feel like there's karmic karmic dividends coming to you. This work that you've done in the abysses, in the darkness, in silence. You've been suffering in silence. Some of you have been moving in silence, which is very good. You need to be moving in silence with a lot of this energy, because this is I heard temperamental. It's temperamental energy. Pisces is very, fluid. It's a water sign. It's a very intuitive water sign. It's a multi-dimensional type of energy. And it's flaky. It can be real flaky. Like I said, it can lead to an imagination that can inspire you and help you move into another direction, or it can blind you and leave you in this delusional world where it's a fake reality, right? I feel like a lot of us are coming out of that fake reality in this new moon, but I also feel like there's some that are still straddling the fence. So with the new moon in Pisces, it's all about self-reflection, what it is that you want. Like I said, time travel, astral travel, new horizons, things are coming up for you that are going to, see, things are coming out of you, right? You are purging to solidify this ten of disc, and aligning you to that timeline, right? Hi, thank you for joining me. Okay, with this chariot card, like I said, this is very much giving me astral travel cards. Traditionally, the tarot card is that victory run, right? That victory lap, old time jousting and things like that nature. This is your victory lap. You are ending a cycle. Well, okay, let me just put it like this. Nothing really ends. It only transitions, right? So you have transitioned this dark energy into light energy, and you're making a victory lap around. I don't do free readings, babe. So with that, and look at that. We got the 10 of Cups. Like I said, this is a very lucky, this is very good, this is very stabilizing, this is very loving and nurturing energy that is coming in. So when I say that things in the shadow, it's not necessarily all bad, right? You're learning from these things in your shadow. You're reconnecting with a part of you that you may have put on the back burner, some inspiration, some type of project, some type of relationship. For some of you, this is a relationship. You are learning how to relate to yourself and how you relate to other people. So your relationships may look different. It doesn't have to be romantic, but it can be. I'm kind of feeling like this is just relationships as a whole, right? Relationships as a whole, your relationship with the cosmos, your relationship with the world, the relationship with yourself, the relationship with your peers, things of that nature. I also feel like there is a support system. And if you look on the back of their ropes here, those are moon cycles. Again, culminating with the two of the Page of Cups here with the moon cycles. So everything is a cycle. Everything is a process. Everything happens in its own time. So the things that are happening right now, the things that you are coming in contact with, the realizations that you're making, is all helping you on a soul level. I feel like this is a very big call to action. Okay. Oh, and look, the Judgment card, 20. We've got a lot of major arcana out here on the board. This is definitely higher level change, higher level transition, higher level transformation, higher level knowledge. It's like you're tapping into, this is so big. I don't even know how to explain it. It's like when you were in this darkness, when you were in this hole, when you were going through this dark night of the soul, purging your energy, taking an objective look at who you really are and where you want to be and how to get there and all of these things, you found peace. You found joy. You found an inner knowing that is pushing you towards more knowing, if that makes sense. It's like you're intrigued by what you've learned about yourself. You're intrigued by the notion of how the mechanics work. You're intrigued on how you can use these energies to help you along your way. Now, I'm definitely feeling leaving this sorrow, again, leaving things behind, and you being, this is literally what I'm saying, right? You're reaching for the sky, you're reaching for the sun, you're reaching for that enlightenment, you're reaching for the light. You're decompressing. And in that decompression, you're shedding your old skin. You're rising from the ashes like a phoenix, right? Literally. And again, there's those moon phases. So this is literally telling me that this moon phase right here, this moon cycle right here, is going to be one of exacting, potent, like, the energy I'm feeling is like this has been a long time coming, right? There's a celebration in order. There's some type of charismatic energy, like you're feeling yourself, right? You feeling yourself. You're happy with the things that you are learning and experiencing. This new moon in Pisces is, you're calling in what everything that you want, your wildest dreams, right? And you're making them a reality. You're coming up with a strategy. You're making plans. You are eliminating distractions. You are eliminating delusions. You are focusing your intent in a more intense way. You are able to see beyond what is going on right now to to exact change in your life. You're answering the call. You have done your time traveling. You've done your astral traveling. You've talked to previous versions of yourselves in other lifetimes. You've talked to God's source spirit. You've spoken with your angels, your ancestors, your guiding spirit. And look at this. We got the 9 of Wands in reverse. This, for me, usually if the 9 of Wands in reverse, is like you're not moving, right? You're being stuck. You're not looking forward to the changes that are coming. But for me, this is telling me that you are no longer in this energy of waiting for life to happen to you. You're no longer waiting for life to happen to you. You are creating life as it happens. You are the screenwriter. You are the playwright. It's like a living novel, right? This is what our life is. It's a living novel. And you're going back and you're editing things. We got the 5 of Cups under the Chariot. You're moving out of this 5 of Cups energy. This is desperation. This is despair. This is regret. This is feelings of abandonment. This is not feeling left out. Things. This is just all around just feeling. That this depression, anxiety. You're moving out of this into the light, literally. With the 10 of Cups here, we have 2 sun sigils here that let you know that this is about you. It's like you have a pot of gold on both sides of your rainbow. You're starting at a pot of gold and you're moving to you're riding the rainbow to a bigger pot of gold, right? And when I'm talking pot of gold, I'm not necessarily speaking money. I'm talking about just light within you, right? And if you notice, there's a waterfall back here. This is all of the things that have been coming across from you. Maybe some of you have overindulged and things like that. You've taken up drinking, or you were drinking. Some of you might be going to AA or things like that. But on a bigger note, there's a lot of water here. There's water on the ground. There's water flowing. I feel like this water flowing is helping you cultivate a bridge across this lake of bridging the gap between who you once were, who you are now, and who you want to be. Okay? And if you notice, there's grass growing, it's greenery, this is light, there's stability in the background. Some of you, this is telling you that this has been embedded in you for a long time, so this is part of the decompression. For others of you, this is you saying, okay, I have support. I am my biggest cheerleader, right? I can give myself what I need. I can change, I can heal, I can implement the things that need to be done for me, right? I kind of feel like also with this 9 of Wands in reverse, like I said, usually this is that energy of being stuck, not wanting to face the future, not wanting to move forward, not wanting to not being prepared, right? But I feel like this is, for me right now in this reading, this is telling me that you are prepared. You're done waiting around, waiting for help, looking outside of yourself. You are using your magic for you, and you are creating the new horizons. You are sailing to those new horizons. God dang it, I can talk, y'all. I swear I can. I swear. But this energy is like you are moving out of this desperation. You're moving out of this lack. You're moving out of this feeling of abandonment, or feeling like you have been left out in the cold and you're just left to your own devices, right? And this new moon in Pisces is all about calling back your power, calling back your goals, those things that were left in the shadows. Like, again, I feel like a lot of you, I'm seeing a stove, right? I'm seeing a stove, and I see somebody running around the kitchen trying to prep and chop the vegetables and do all of this, you know what I'm saying? And they got a pot on the back of the stove and they forgot about it. That shit is starting to boil over, right? You forgot about it. It slipped your mind. You were too engrossed in everything else to and that slipped your mind. So it's kind of like that's what's happening. Like, this new moon is the pot that you forgot about is boiling over. Like, hey, hello, you forgot about me. You know, I'm cooking away over here. Tend to me. See about me. Okay? Thank you, Source. What else messages do you have for the collective for this new moon in Pisces, February 2023? And we got the Emperor, baby. This is somebody that is standing in their authority. They know they are the authority. They know that they are an example, right? It's like you're leading by example, and those that are around you, your family, your chosen family, your bloodline family, the people that you come in contact with, your work family, you know, your spiritual family. These people are going to be changing with you and celebrating with you. And we got the Eight of Wands in reverse. The Eight of Swords in reverse. This is, for me, this is you coming out of that energy of being stuck in your mind. You flipped it on its head, right? You've looked at it from another point of view. You're understanding what it is. This is that energy, that magic that you've uncovered, so that you're coming out of this energy of being stuck in your mind with all this shit. If you see it, with this being upside down, and I'm gonna digress for a moment. I've been seeing the number 8 since I started this reading, right? And for me, the number 8 is the infinity sign standing up, right? It's like you are going through the ebbs and flows. That cross section of the 8 is where the timelines collapse. Some of you, it's a blockage. Some of you, it's a conjunction. Some of you, it's a split in your a crossroads, right? But you've come to this decision. You've done the work. You've done the internal spiritual work to declutter yourself and heal yourself emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, even financially for a lot of you. This is like really big healing energy. You're healing your mind. Oh, I didn't even see this. And we got the Ace of Cups here. There's love, there's joy, there's happiness. If you look at here, there's some piranhas just under the surface. So there's still some things that are lurking within you that you are working on. I also feel like there's the mountains on both sides. So I feel like you're being supported in this journey of self-love, self-care, unconditional forgiveness and acceptance of oneself and those around you. Understand that everybody is on their journey where they're supposed to be. So just because you don't understand what's going on with them on their leg of their journey, they're not on the same leg. We're not all on the same path together at the same time. Okay? I also feel like this new moon in Pisces is bringing ingenuity. I'm hearing ingenuity and integrity. So some of you are reinventing yourself. Some of you are reinventing your brand. Some of you are in this energy of building a firm foundation and erecting a house on it. When I say a house, this is a firm foundation. This is a place of comfort. This is your home is your castle, right? You are going to be becoming the king of your own castle. This is your life. You're erecting foundations, strong foundations that are going to stand the test of time. They're going to stand the test of time as you travel and grow as an individual, as a spirit, as a human, as a soul. This energy is super freaking kind of heady for me, you know? Okay, what is this? What did I say? What did I say? I told you I don't need these cards for real, right? I told you I don't need these cards for real. This is saying everything that I said and before I even got into the pre-shuffle. You are moving from choppy waters to more calm waters. You're able to trust your inner guidance system. You are letting your heart be your guide, and there's that sun symbol again over your guide. Your guide is leading you into the light, right? Again, there's that water. You've been immersed. Now you have a vehicle to move in, if that makes sense. You have a vehicle. You are spiritually fit. You have a understanding. You are being guided by your inner guidance system. That inner light is shining you. It's taking you out of this, literally out of this, into this. Light, cosmic energy, healing, joy, purpose, direction, understanding. It's like you're no longer deluded, crazy, deranged, delusional. Like you're coming out of that, all of that energy. Like that's the energy that you're leaving behind. That's the energy that you are actively releasing as a magician. Okay, you're actively releasing that deranged, crazy, just not centered energy. Okay, I'm also feeling like with three magicians, like I said, I got three decks here, right? Basically, because this is a double deck. This is my gilded spellcaster's tarot. So this is my master deck, right? This is Big Mama right here. This is the thing, right? So basically, I have three decks out here. This deck alone brought out two magician cards, and in the pre-shuffle we got the magician. So there is magic happening. There's a manipulation of the energies happening. There is a decluttering of the energy with this magician card, because you are releasing, you are purging. The light is being shown on the things that have kept you in this delusional state, what has diluted and eluded you up until this point. Okay. Hey, I'm sorry, I didn't even see you. Thank you for joining me. So with this energy, there's a lot of energy that's getting turned on its head. This new moon in Pisces is going to bring you to a place of equilibrium, a place of flow, a place of balance and harmony. Those things that were causing a disturbance in the force. I just heard that. I just heard a disturbance in the force. Those energies that were causing a disturbance in the force are being allocated. They're being calibrated. They're being released. So that when you make your intentions and the things that you're calling in, it's like the things that you're calling in are things that are going to set you for life. That's what this energy feels like. This feels like the things that you're calling in during this new moon cycle right here in Pisces is going to set you for life, possibly for the next 10 years or more. So be aware of the thoughts that you're having. Be aware of what you're manifesting and why. Take a very analytical look at your relationships, when I say relationships, this does not mean just personal relationships. This has to do with your relationship with money, your relationship with success, your relationship with achievement, your relationship with gratitude, your relationship with forgiveness and appreciation. You know, it has to do with all of your relationships, all of the things that we have a relationship with, your relationship with the collective, the relationship with other human beings, and the relationship that you have with spirit. I'm feeling like there is a new family coming in. When I say new family, this is like your spirit team, right? You got some new energies that are going to come to help you out, that are going to come to play. These could be ancestors or deities that were assigned to you, but I feel like you have help coming through to understand and allocate and process these things. I'm feeling a real mechanical energy. It's really weird. How do I explain it? It's mechanical but fluid. I just okay, so I just got a picture of an engine in the oil. So it's like you need the oil for your engine to run. Yes, it is. It's collective. It's a collective new moon in Pisces reading. Okay. Um like I said, I just got a picture of a car engine, right? So it's like if your engine doesn't have oil, then it's gonna lock up on you, right? So this world is a vehicle. Our life is a vehicle. Your soul, your spirit, that is the oil, if that makes sense. Anyway, that's what I got. That's what I'm feeling. It's like it's mechanical, but it's fluid at the same time. So it's like you are that lubricant, right? You are that lubricant that keeps the gears going. And you're learning how to be your own personal mechanic. You don't have to take your car to the shop. You know how to work on your own shit. You know how to change your own oil when it's time. You know how to change the brakes so that you can pump the brakes when necessary. You know how to change the fluid. It's like you're learning the mechanics of your vehicle. You are becoming your own personal mechanic. That's what I heard. At any rate. The collective is going through a transformation. The collective is going through a transition. This new moon in Pisces is shining a light on the areas that need to be changed, the areas that need to be realized, right? The things that you've forgotten, the things that you thought brought you pain, can also bring you enlightenment, you know? We learn from our experiences. We learn from the things that we've encountered, the people that we've encountered, the things that we read. Our body is nothing but a big antenna, a big satellite. We're broadcasting frequencies. We're receiving frequencies. We're giving them out. So it's like the wave pattern that you're giving this shit out on is the wave pattern that you're going to get it back on. The universe doesn't know. So if you're projecting your intentions, but you're doing it from a place of desperation, you're going to get desperate energy back. You're going to get something that's going to be short-lived. But if you put your intention out there and you do it with a sense of conviction, with a sense of, I know what I want and this is how I'm going to go about it, God, source, spirit, the universe, however you want to see it, is going to bring you back stable energy, something that's going to last, something that's going to be grounded, right? Something something that you can build on. You're building a strong foundation. This Pisces energy, this Neptune energy is showing you where the delusion is, where it came in at. Even some of you might be even understanding the exact point where this was planted into you, where it took root, right? Where this delusion took root. And you're clearing that out. You're moving into a space of understanding, a place of creation, a space of just, this shit is so expensive. I don't even know right now. But it's like you are no longer hiding or flying under the radar or comparing your success and where you are to others in your field or in your position or in your demographic or whatever. You know what I mean? There's just sun everywhere. The sun and the moon and the stars. It's like the cosmos is aligning in this very moment, in this very time, with this new moon energy to push you into the path. And with that Saturn energy still lingering around in the energies here, and Cryon is out there too. There is I heard a stamp on healing, a stamp on change. It's like, yo, this is it. This is the official dishel right here. Like the changes that are happening now, and the things that you're calling in now, the things that you are calling in on this new moon, this is the official dishel. It's here, it's coming, and it's gonna last. It's here to stay, right? Be sure to set your intentions on your new moon. Make your new moon water, you know. Recharge your energy, recharge your soul, call back in that power that you have given away over the past month or so, even whether you knew it or not. This is bringing back, this is calling back that transitional energy. Again, energy doesn't die, it just transmutes and changes and evolves and comes back to you. Okay, that's that 8, right? That's that infinity of energy. Energy is an ongoing cycle. It's cyclical. It has levels and things like that nature. This new moon is bringing in something that is going to last. Like I said, I heard a stamp. It's like you got the stamp of approval. Yes, this is what you want. Yes, you got it. You want this loan? Yes. You want your business to be successful? Yes. You want more followers? Yes. You want, you want better relationships, loving relationships? Yes, you got it. You know what I'm saying? With the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles here, with the time machine, you have collapsed some timelines. It's like some lessons that would have taken you years to learn. You've learned them overnight almost. It hasn't been overnight. It hasn't been overnight. This has been a long process. It's been a long time coming. There's been stops and starts and poof, poof, poof. What did I say? I told you I don't need these cards for real, yo. For real. We got the Ace of Wands. This is overcoming adversity and bringing new light, breathing new vision into your world, into your existence, into your goals, into your relationships. This is overcoming that hardship and is bridging you to that new place, that new understanding, that new you, that new timeline. This is that time travel, the astral travel, the new horizons. This is it. It's a collapsing of a timeline and starting a new timeline. It's like, that's that new horizon, right? Y'all stick with me. The reading is getting a little whoo. This shit is coming in. It's like a break has come in the clouds. Where there was dark, that's what I was saying at the beginning of the reading. Like, before I even went into the pre-shuffle and all that junk, I said you're coming out of the darkness into the light. Like, the clouds have parted, the sun is shining on your new endeavors, on your life, giving you inspiration, giving you a extra push to do what it is that you came here to do. Make the changes that it is that need to be changed. Real transformation is not changing things in the physical. It's an internal change. Real transformation takes place on those lower depths from a place of wanting to understand yourself better, right? Real transformation, authentic power comes from self-mastery. Self-mastery is a lifelong thing. Don't think just because you mastered this one thing that you're not going to have something else that comes up that you're going to need to master. You're going to constantly be purging. You're going to constantly renewing. This new moon in Pisces is taking away the illusion that something is final. There is no finality. This is also telling me that we live in a gray area. We live in a gray world. There is no existence is not black and white. Existence is gray with streaks of color, with highlights of color, I hope this is making sense to y'all. Y'all drop me a comment, leave me a comment, let me know how this resonates with you. This feels so big energy, like, yo. And my energy is kind of like a sigh of relief, but jitters at the same time. It's like you're scared, but you're excited at the same time. And I think that's what these piranhas are signifying here. You're literally in another emergence. If you notice, there's an emergence theme of this reading. The first magician is purging out all of these attachments, all of these things out of itself that is gathered through this time, through this travel, right? It's emerging up out of that. If you look at oh crap, give me 1 second. If you look at her, she is standing in an emergence of light behind her, right? if you look at this card, they are emerging from the choppy, rough seas to a more calm, peaceful way of moving, right? If you look at the Ace of Cups, it's coming out of the water. It's coming out of these piranha-filled waters into the light, into a place of peace, a place of understanding, a place of fluidity, a place of love and understanding, a place of acceptance, right? If we look here, there's an emergence, right? So, like, again, I'm really feeling decompression energy here. You are decompressing all of these energies so that everything can be, I heard synergy. And I just got, okay, I don't know, maybe I'm showing my age, but I just, something about, there used to be this cartoon when I was growing up called Gem, right? And she was this teenage girl by day, and then she was a rock star by night, and she had this machine called Synergy, and she had these little star earrings, and she tap on them, and she transformed from her everyday self to this rock star, right? And you would learn, they taught you lessons and all things like all cartoons do, but it's kind of like that. It's like you're getting a magic trinket that you can like tap the button on, and you're like in synergy. You're in you're congruent with the energies that you're aligning yourself with what you're trying to bring in. Jeez. This energy is all about the soul's transformation and the transformation of your reality. Um is like I'm also seeing concrete rose. I'm seeing a rose coming up, a bright red rose coming up out of the cracks of the cement. You know what I mean? Of a busy metropolitan city. I think this is New York that I'm seeing. But, whatever. Just think of it as a concrete jungle, and you're walking down the street, and then you see this beautiful bright red rose growing up from the cracks. That's what this is. Like, nobody knew it was there until it was there. Like, you didn't know that you were this person until you were this person. Like, you didn't understand what was going on while you were in the darkness, but now that you're here, you're looking at it from a whole nother perspective. And it's like this rose has been growing and reaching for the light, reaching for the light, reaching to be shown. Your dreams have been dreams all this time, but now they're becoming a reality type thing. Like, whatever this time travel, astral travel thing that you've done, you've collapsed some timelines, and you brought in the energy that you are trying to exact in your physical reality. This is crazy. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. I'm gonna drop the card. This 10 of discs for me is all about that. It's about the stability. It's about the legacy. It's about what it is that has brought you to the point that you're at, and what it is that you want to bring in. The new moon is all about receiving, right? You're calling in your dreams. You're calling in your aspirations. You're calling in change. You're calling in evolution. You're calling in a transition or a transformation. You're calling in something. You want to receive. This is about receiving. We got the 10 of Wands here. Yeah, with the 10 of Wands and the Ace of Cups, I'm feeling like these piranhas that are swimming around in the bottom here. This is the burdens of that you've been carrying all this time, from the past. But it's like that is going away because it's facing to the past. It's facing to the past. So it's like you've worked through this energy, or you're working through it, or you will be working through it here in this new moon phase. There's a full moon in the back of here, so that's letting me know that you are releasing this burden. And so you're going to build something. You're going to erect something instead of using it as a burden. You decided to use it as a foundation. You have released the burden of the situation, and understood that these are tools to help you move along and to grow. Um, what else? I think this is gonna catch a lot of you by surprise. You're not gonna, just like you're gonna wake up one day and you're gonna be like, oh shit, I'm a whole nother person. I no longer want to be dealing with this, or or I'm gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? It's you standing in your and look, temperance. Be patient, be kind. This is a process. This is the journey, not the destination. You're standing in your authority. You're erecting a house. You're building an empire. You're understanding how you work. Hey, thank you for joining me. You're understanding how you work. That's some amazing ass shit. You dig me? And when I say you're understanding how you work, you're understanding that. Look. All right, peep my flow. All right. Stick with me. This reading has been kind of for me. So stick with me. When you understand who you are, even your past transgressions, trials and tribulations, setbacks, things that affected you in a adverse way, they don't get you down. You understand that, yeah, I was that person. Yeah, I did that. I did. But I'm another person now. And I'm not going to let that person, that old me, those old situations, those old limitations, those old beliefs, I'm not going to let that dictate to me who I am right now and who I will be in the future. What I'm going to let that do is teach me a lesson of where I don't want to be and how I can use it to strengthen myself and empower the people around me. You know what I'm saying? This is a spiritual journey. This is what I mean when I say spirituality has nothing to do with religion. For me, spirituality is your own spiritual journey, right? This is your soul's evolution. This is your soul's co-creation with spirit, with source, with God, with the universe. This has nothing to do with religion. This has to do with your own personal jihad, right? It's a spiritual war that's been going on with you, and you're coming out of it and you're taking your victory lap on it. You didn't lose. This is not that instance where you've won the battle but lost the war, right? It's like, yeah, you've lost some battles, right? It's not like I said, it's not like you won the battle but lost the war. It's like, yeah, you've lost some battles. You've lost some battles along this in this war, but you have ultimately won the war with the setbacks, with the loss and battles, with the casualties. You know, you're coming to this place of equilibrium, of balance, of patience, of understanding, of acceptance. There's more to manifesting your goals, your dreams, and your reality than what meets the eye. It's like you're understanding that this physical ain't shit without the spiritual. This is what this Pisces moon is showing you. This Pisces new moon is showing you that there is more than meets the eye. This physical reality, you manifested that, whether it be intentionally or unintentionally. You've manifested the life that you're living, right? Good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. You are the one that is the architect. So with this new moon is like, I heard rewrite screenplay. Bulk up my replay. You know what I mean? Hit the replay, hit the replay, hit the replay. So it's like you're replaying things in your mind, you're replaying things within your spirit, and you are making edits to your life. And when the things that you're calling in on this new moon, that's why they're going to last. That's why they're going to stay. That's why they're going to continue to grow. And like building, you're going to expand, add additions and things of that nature. I'm seeing a house, adding a wing onto your house. Some of you might be going through some home renovations and things like that, but ultimately this is the renovation of the soul, the renovation of your expectations, the renovation of your life. So it's like the things that you're calling in is all about your soul's growth. This is not, no, it's like I'm feeling like the requests and the things that you're calling in during this new moon don't really have anything to do with this physical world. It has to do with your emotions. It has to do with your intellect. It has to do with your frequency, your vibe, your mingling of energies with others. It's also about, I'm seeing a timeline. Well, it's not, I don't know if it's a timeline, but I'm seeing a wave of energy, right? And the wave of energy is not smooth. It's choppy. It's like jittery, right? That means it's unsettled. Either something is trying to be released from that energy or something is trying to come into that energy. But it's your job to decipher what that is and if you should keep it or not. And if you don't, then let it go. It's that simple. I'm also feeling like, look at that. The 9 of Swords in reverse. The 8 of Swords and the 9 of Swords in reverse. This is what I like to see. This is mean you're coming out of this. You're coming into a place of, for me right now as a reader, this 9 of Swords in reverse is like you're coming out of the anxiety, you're coming out of the depression, you're coming out of that fearful state, you're coming into a place of confidence and rejuvenation. You've weathered the storm, you've become the storm, you know, you've adapted, and it's like survival of the fittest and your ego lost. That's that energy that I've been hearing, that I've been literally seeing the word ego, super ego, like out in the world. I'm literally seeing this. And I was like, what the freak is this? Your ego is tripping. Your ego is tripping. Your ego is tripping right now, because it's like, yo, you're not listening to me. I'm sending off all the warning signals. Don't do this, don't do that, this is gonna happen, blase blah, whoop de whoop, you know, you're gonna have the other shoe's gonna drop, don't do this. And it's like you're not listening, and your higher self is like, yo, shining a light on what it is that your ego is trying to protect you from, because your ego is not necessarily bad. It's something that is a protective system. It's your spidey sense. It's your alarm system, you know. That's your protection. It's not trying to harm you, but it's trying to keep you from harm. But in that, it's harming you, right? And there's a better way. I feel like the things that you're calling in are for soul changes, for long-lasting changes. This isn't something superficial. This isn't something all fluffy and, you know, just superficial. This is that thing. Like, when I tell you this energy is so freaking dope, it's like, yo, there's no stopping it. That's what I'm getting. There's no stopping it with this Chariot card right here. You know, you got this. This shit is moving with stars. Literally, you're moving on this energy of like greatness without. It's like fluid. Hey, thank you for joining me. It's super fluid. This new moon in Pisces is all about changing the trajectory of your reality. Like I said, you're changing timelines. You're bringing in things that you really want. For those of you that are in relationships, you're calling in. Those of you that are single, I'm sorry, you're calling in the relationships that you want. The ones that are in a relationship, you are relearning your partner, you're relearning yourself, you're relearning how you are in a relationship. You know, you're understanding where you gave away your power before, and you're tapping into authentic power, not physical power, not things that can just be sensed with your 5 senses. You're moving on a more intuitive level. It's like you're moving with 6th sense, 7th sense, 8th sense type energy. You know what I mean? It's like you're going with the vibe. You're not going what people say or what people are doing. You're going on the vibe of it. Okay. Is there anything else for this new moon in Pisces for the collective? New moon in Pisces for the collective. Any other messages? Some of you, this is not going to be this is not going to be easy, right? It's not going to be easy. What is this? The moon in reverse. What did I tell you? All the moon cycles, and we got the moon in reverse. This is, like I said, things are being turned on its head. This is usually heralds things that have been hidden, things that are emerging out of the darkness. This is insecurities, things of that nature. But with it in reverse for me, this is telling me that you're coming up out of this illusion of the moon. This is a, and there's the mechanics again. You're learning the mechanics of yourself, of the energy. I kind of really feel like you are coming out of the shadows, right? You're coming out of the shadow of the moon. The moon is your emotions, right? It's Cancer. It's that emotions, those deep rooted emotions, those things that have been hidden from you, things that you've hidden from yourself, things that with the Nine of Swords in reverse and the moon in reverse, yeah, you are understanding the mechanics. That's what I'm getting. Of things from your past, childhood wounds, past traumas, things of that nature. Hey, thank you for joining me. This is all about you resurrecting yourself. You're going back. You're shedding a light on the things that kept you in the dark before, or things that you put in the dark before. You know, this is changing your perception. So when this new moon in Pisces, again, it's all about what you're calling in, what you're trying to receive, what you're trying to manifest. You're manifesting your soul's transition, your soul's transformation. And ultimately, that's going to reflect in your physical world, bringing you wealth, health, good relationships, love, peace, joy, inner understanding. You're one step closer on your journey of mastery, right? Some of you have people that have been watching over you since childhood that are with you now. Somebody that has passed on. This could be your grandparents or a parent. It doesn't have to be an older person, but I'm really kind of feeling that these people played a very instrumental part in your life as a youth. They're here to help you. They're here to guide you. You may be connecting with them in your dreams. You may be going back through having trips down memory lane, nostalgic moments, and these people come up in your memories or in your thoughts and things that are coming up. There's something that they're trying to get you to understand and bring your awareness to that is going to help you manifest the things that you want with strong intent, right? Something about stability, something about longevity. It's something about what's been deeply rooted within us. Some of you, the things that you're releasing have to do with your ancestral bloodline. Okay? I don't know. That's for somebody, whatever. But yeah, like they're helping you dig through the sand and find, your happiness, recalibrate that energy. I'm loving this. I like this a lot because this for me is showing me things in motion, things in blossom, things of change. It's showing me that infinity of how energy works. It doesn't leave, it just transitions. You're rising from the ashes like a phoenix. The time travel, the astral travel, the being able to tap into your greatest. I got a brain fart. I'm sorry, guys. Give me a second. The sun is just over the horizon. Like, it's ultimate healing. This is what I'm feeling. You're calling in this healing. You're calling in this space up. And where did I say? I got the Eight of Pentacles, and there it is. I just shuffled a card. Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Like I said, I'm just getting that Eight of Pentacles energy where you're being meticulous about what it is that you do. You're being meticulous about your intentions. You're being impeccable with your word. You're not taking things personally, whether it comes from you or other people, because at the same time, you're understanding how you're learning the mechanics of it. It's like you had a tour of the Matrix factory and they showed you like little cheat codes to the Matrix, I like it. All right, and I'm gonna pull. Oh, and look at this! Look at that! And look at that! The sun. Boy, I told you I don't need these cards. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? Things in your physical world are reaching towards the light, reaching for happiness. You're calling in this sun. When I say all the planets are in alignment, the cosmos is in alignment in this moment right now to bring you this, the stability, the growth, to see the change in your physical world. Things are happening. Things have been happening. This has been a process. The cosmos wasn't created in a day. It takes years for evolution to take place. Sometimes decades, sometimes centuries. You know what I mean? It takes time for these things to happen. But this day and this time, during this new moon, it is happening for you, the collective, for us as a whole. It's happening. You're calling this in. We are calling this in. I feel like this is a collective movement. There's a large part of the collective that is on the same journey. They want the same thing. It took my breath away. What was that about? Interesting. But I feel like that a lot of the collective is on this journey. And look at the back of the cards. On the back of the sun card, we have the sun. On the back of the Ace of Pentacles, we have what looks like a compass, right? What direction are you going to go in? How are you going to use this? How are you going to direct this energy? You're calling in something, right? You're calling in your prosperity. You're calling in good health. You're calling in wealth. You're calling in understanding. You're calling in strategy. You're calling in synergy. You're calling in your relationships. You're calling this stuff in during this new moon. What do you want to receive? How do you want to direct the energy of the cosmos to erect stability in your physical world? What internal changes, what spiritual changes, what emotional and intellectual changes do you need to make to have a firm foundation here and now to build upon for the future? Because like I said, I'm feeling like the energy that's happening right now is going to be solidified for a while. I don't feel like this phase is going to be a quick one. Some phases we can go in and out of quickly. Other phases take a little bit of time. It's more of a journey. And I feel like this is that type of energy. I feel like that whatever is coming in now is something that's going to be solidified. But I feel like it's going to bring you everything that you need, everything that you want on a level that you never thought possible. Okay, so ending this reading, we have the sun and we have the Ace of Pentacles. Reach for the stars, reach for your goals, strive to blossom and bloom, call in all of the things that you want. Don't if it seems, and be rational. Let's just call it a spade, all right? We have to be mindful about this Pisces energy because it can lead us astray, like a red herring, like, oh, look at that, and then you get distracted again. Stay focused. Keep your focus on what it is you want to call in, what it is that you want to see, the kind of life that you want to live, whether it's your relationships, whether it's career and finance, whether it's your home, whether it's whatever it is. I feel like there's a lot of movement going on. Everything is always in motion. Everything is always in motion. This motion right here, shoot, you need to make it smooth. And to make it smooth, you have to get rid of the bumps in the road, right? There, you have to do some reconstruction. There needs to be some projects done. And I feel like you've done that. I feel like you're at this place where you can actually manifest some things and see it happening. Because I feel like before you've tried to manifest some things and it kind of turned out wonky, you've seen a little bit, but you really couldn't tell that, yeah, this is the manifestation that I asked for. I feel like this is going to be like, there you go. There you go. You really want to see it? See it. I'm going to do it. And the universe, God, source, spirit, however you want to see divinity, is going to put it right there. They're going to shine a spotlight on your goals and what you've done to achieve them to this point. And when you make your intentions to call in things this time, you're going to be calling them in from an educated place, from a place of wisdom, from a place of knowledge, from a place of understanding, from a place of gratitude, forgiveness, and acceptance and appreciation. That's what's going to make these intentions that you're calling in so strong. That's what's going to put that extra oomph on that energy, right? When we come to these places within ourselves, within our psyche, within our thoughts, our emotions, in our wavelength of our energy, our frequency, our aura, our soul, this heightens our manifestation power, right? Because there's nothing there to distort it, or there's less there to distort it. You're decompressing right now. So there's going to be, some things that you're going to have to rest at this certain level with. Then before you ascend to the next level until you fully emerge the authentic being, or the life that you are trying to manifest fully emerges for you. These intentions that you're setting for this new moon, boy, y'all some powerful mama jammas out here. Y'all some powerful mama jammas out here, and you've done the work. You've trusted the process, and you understand that the process is always going to be a process. You cut out some years of heartache, pain, and sorrow. You like ended that. Literally, you're literally coming out of depression and anxiety into a place of being able to exact change from that, right? You're changing your perspective. You're changing who you are. You're changing your goals. You're changing what it is that you want. These are like phenomenal changes with this new moon, A lot of this stuff is really about what it is that you learned during your darkest times. A lot of your darker moments throughout your life, throughout time, are going to be coming up for you during this new moon. But it's coming up for you so that you can leave it. You can literally use the magic within you, use the understanding within you, use the being that you really are to purge all that, to declutter your frequency so that you can receive the light that is coming, the light that is here, the light that is always there. Because remember, there is no shadow without light. If the darkness is darkness if there's no light, but there's always light, whether it's far at the end of the tunnel or right there in your face. The shadows are the shadows because there's light shining behind it to cast a shadow, right? A light has to be shown on something in order for it to cast a shadow. There's no more, I feel like where there was indecision and like straddling the fence before, and you've been trying to like weigh your options. I think you're picking a side, basically. You're picking a side. Like I said, time travel, astral travel, new horizons. This is what this new moon in Pisces is bringing for you. Use your imagination, be creative, and be persistent, Set up a strategy, set up a plan. There is a call to action. And when there is a call to action, you need an action plan. Okay? Call to action needs an action plan. So do your time travel. Do your astral travel. Look at how things are looking from this new horizon. What do they look like over there? You know what I'm saying? What is this new energy bringing in with the new moon, right? This new energy. This is the start of the lunar cycle. And again, this is all about this lunar cycle. We've literally got lunar cycles on these cards. Literally. On several of these cards, there is a lunar cycle pictured on the card. So this is telling me that this is more than just about this new moon in Pisces. This is about this whole moon cycle. From this new moon to the full moon, things are going to be super intense. So pay attention. You're going to be time traveling. You're going to be astral traveling. Some of you are going to be changing locations, like where you live. You may be moving, geographical changes. Your emotional landscape is going to change. It's like there is travel on all levels in all areas of your life. Some of you may be moving into a new place. Some of you may be changing jobs. Others of you may be, spending more time at your boo house than you were before because your relationship is deepening. Your connection is deepening. Others of you may be leaving the boo because you decided that this connection no longer serves me and I can't deal with this S no more. You know what I mean? You're honoring yourself, you're honoring your situation, you're honoring your past, your present, and you're more optimistic about your future. And it's all about living in the present, so that because you know that now is the time. Like I said, now is the time. Everything has been come into alignment for you in this time, for us as a collective in this time, with this new moon in Pisces, with this lunar cycle that is beginning with this new moon in Pisces all the way up until the full moon. You know, there is change coming. There's going to be haha moments. There's going to be epiphanies. There's going to be changes happening. Some of you are changing literally you, how you dress, how you look. Some of you might be changing your hair, you know, things of that nature. I heard some change your color. Okay, so this is your aura. I was like, change your color. But this is like your aura is changing colors. Like you're going from a dull illumination to a brighter illumination. So all the things that you're calling in, all of the things that you're manifesting, all of the things that you're putting your intent on are going to shine a little brighter. They're gonna hit a little harder. They're gonna hit a little different. You know, they're going to have a little bit more meaning, and you're going to have a little bit more of an understanding. You're going to know what to do. You're going to know how to, you know, work the algorithm. You dig me? This was an intense one, guys. This was an intense one. Jeez. Is there anything else that I need to convey? My board has lost all types of sense of order here. And that's kind of indicative of this energy. It's like we're changing timelines, so things are chaotic, but chaos is not necessarily a bad thing. One of my favorite lines from the Game of Thrones, Littlefire said, chaos is a ladder. And it is. Chaos is a ladder. Because while everyone else and everything else is clamoring and doesn't know what's going on, you can use those people or situations or events as a ladder to your success. Time travel, astral travel, new horizons, chaos is a ladder. Things may seem chaotic right now. Things may seem, you know, a little wavy right now. You may see things through a little bit of a haze, but clarity is coming. Clarity is coming. Things may still be dim right now. You may be looking at things through a dim light right now, but clarity, light is coming. And if you look at this ace here, it's like it's still covered in some vines, right? It's like emerging again, emergence out of the bushes, out of the earth. Okay, I think I am going to close it out there. I'm going to put one of these illuminated tarot cards just to give me a final message. And there it goes. We got the Seven of Pentacles. We got the Seven of Pentacles. Be patient. This is a process. You've planted the seeds. Some are coming into fruition. Some still need to grow. But the final message is this new moon in Pisces, the things that you have, the seeds that you've already planted are coming in. So it's not like for some of you, I feel like it's that energy of you're not calling in something. It's like the things that you had called in the past are materializing. Okay? All right, guys. That is it. I'm going to wrap it up right there. But be sure to like, share, subscribe. You know, hit the notification button. Hit the like button. You know, join me on my other platforms. IG. Hey, bro. Go back and watch the replay. Phoned up my replay. You know what I mean? This new moon in Pisces is like the super dopest energy. This reading here was like, yo. Like I said, it's all about the seeds that you've planted, the dreams that you've wanted, the people, places, and things that you wanted to come into contact with that kind of you felt like eluded you before. I feel like it's coming back for you now because you're in this process of decompressing. You let some things go, you reanalyze some other things, and you're putting a plan and a strategy in motion to erect your dreams, build a house, you know what I mean? Build a foundation, build a legacy. You know, the work that we do is not just for us, it's for those that came before us, it's for those that are coming after us. And this is a big energy. This is a big collective energy. This is not just individualistic. This is individual but collective. It's understanding that we are not a melting pot. We are a salad bowl. You know what I'm saying? We enhance each other. You know, we give each other a little bit more flavor. You know, we are. So time travel, astro travel, look at your new horizons. You know, use this chaotic time of reinvention and of this new moon. Things that are done in the dark will come to light. You know, use this chaos as a ladder. Use the purging of your energy as a ladder. Use it as stepping stones. Use it to as a bridge over the troubled waters that you've been faced all this time. Things are coming into fruition for you. It's like you don't even have to do nothing. That's kind of what I'm feeling. It's like you don't have to call in jack squat right now. The things that you've called in the past that haven't materialized yet will materialize for you in the best, most positive way, in the most healing way. Okay? So, yeah. Again, thank you guys for joining me here at Black Moon Goddess Intuition. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, hit the hit the little notification button. Join me on my other platforms. I do have exclusive content for my other ones. Some of the content is the same, but there's a lot of exclusive content. My IG, my YouTube, my YouNow. I haven't figured out the TikTok thing yet. I got it, but I don't know how to work it. So, you know, I've been trying to figure out how to do readings and go on there, whatever, what have you. And like I said, I don't just do divination. I don't just do tarot. You know, I am a light worker. I do work with spirit. I do work with your ancestors. I do work with deities. I am a spiritual advisor. I am a spiritual healer. I am an ancestral healer. Okay? This is what I do for social media. You know, in life, I do this too, but it's more without the cards because I told you I don't need these cards for real. I don't need these cards for real. You know? But anyways, if you're interested in any spiritual coaching sessions or personal readings or anything like that, be sure to hit the book button on my Black Moon Goddess Intuition page. It'll take you to my calendar and you can set that up. If you're interested in the wellness baskets, the smudge baskets, be sure to instant message me or leave me a comment. If you're interested in the whipped shea butter, of course, I have crystal infused glitter effect, scents and unscented. So just, again, leave me a comment. All right, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Be fluid. And remember, you know, life is a journey, not the destination. Continue to strive, continue to grow, continue to evolve, transition, and become your most authentic self. That's the name of the game. You are authenticating your soul in this world. Okay? I love you guys. Peace.